Moment of silence for the champions, for those who make going hard a lifestyle. Never wait for nothing, gotta get it right now. I'm in the spotlight when they turn the lights down. Only a champ swing the hardest in the 12th round. I love the fourth quarter, I love the ninth inning, I love game 7. Bring on the competition, cause in my heart, can't nobody do it better. Can't slow me down, won't stop me never. I'm so Cassius Clay, I'm Tyson in his prime.
You know me, man. I'm Barry Bonds with Minds. Happy Saturday, motherfuckers, and welcome back to the Pressure Podcast, everybody. Let's get it.
Give me a hell yeah!
We are live. We are back. Today we were going to cover mostly the N3A, but we're also going to cover some of the QFL, some things that I've heard that we want to get our take.
Be cool, nigga.
Shout out to all the mothers out there for Mother's Day.
As
May
happy
y'all
Mother's
enjoy
Day, moms.
your weekend.
Your moms.
Just sit back, relax,
Now, if you're a modern
enjoy the show.
if you're a modern single mom, not so much.
What the fuck?
I don't give a fuck where they come from.
What the fuck?
I don't give a fuck how old they are.
What the fuck?
If they're feminists and one of those independent women that have 3 baby daddies and no rings.
What the fuck?
I'm not wishing them a happy Mother's Day. This is for the MILFs. These are for the mature classic women,
I'll pray for you.
respectable women who actually took care of business the right
What
way.
the fuck?
Not these whores
Be cool, nigga.
that just go around sleeping around and getting abortions left and right. I'm not wishing them a happy Mother's Day. Fuck out of here.
Finish him.
I just had to say that. All right, let's get to business, all right? We are live from our studio in Orlando, Florida. It's your boy, King Cole.
Yes, sir, LeBron.
Finish him.
We here.
Rated M for millennials.
We here. We're up and running.
It's Savage Saturday, everybody. I have a nickname for all the days. Money Monday, Tipsy Tuesday, Wild Out Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, or Throwback Thursday, Freaky Friday, or Fresh Cut Friday, Savage Saturday, and Sunday Fun Day, my favorite day.
You got anything planned?
Yeah, we're going to go to some Dominican brunch spot. I'm sure it's going to be lit.
Just you and your auntie and your mom.
I
stuff
don't
like
know, but I'm pretty sure the whole gang will show up.
that? Okay.
We never miss one of those. See what the headlines read. The Celtics and the Cavs win. Home court is still poison, or home game poison still continues. And the cover of today's episode is the Zero Clutch Era, which we'll get to later. Okay. But let's get to some of the things that have been happening. Let's get to some of the topics over here. We are live Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at midnight. Feel free to comment, subscribe, and leave us your takes. We want to hear what you want to see. All right. So let's start with the game that just ended. The T-Wolves defeat the Warriors 102-197. The T-Wolves now lead 2-1, but I felt that this is one that the Warriors let slide.
Absolutely.
They let a crucial home game slip away.
Absolutely.
And what are my bases for that? If you look at the box score, Minnesota averages 23 points in the first 3 quarters. All of a sudden, they got 33 in the fourth, and they only won by 5. So if Golden State could have just managed to keep them to the same average that they were holding into the entire game, they would have won easily. And they would have got the game we said they needed without Curry to make it a series again. But they let it slip away. Literally slipped through the fingers.
And that's what I was afraid of. The fact that Kuminga had 30 points off the bench and Jimmy Butler gave you 33.
Inexcusable.
Some way you gotta get that done.
Inexcusable.
Draymond Green, you can't have 2 points and 2 rebounds.
Talk that sass, nigga.
Particularly, you can't go 1 for 10 from the fucking field. Not at home, because this is what we speak about: how role players at home play better than on the road. So you were supposed to play decent. It didn't have to be anything great. You would have gave them 10, 15 points. Y'all would have won that game.
And the funny thing is, I've been saying that you know, saying it's a known thing in the NBA. Anybody who knows hoops knows this. What he just said. Role players show up mostly in the at home games come playoff time, and the road they tend to disappear. Now, I already said on Thursday or Monday, and continue Thursday, continue today, that home games are poison or playoffs at the Poison for home games this second round at least. But the thing is, it's not that that it's reversed, that the role players are showing up on the road and not at home. This happened in this game, but that's not what's happening. What's happening is that a lot of the road teams are making timely baskets while the home team is not. Which is why I said we're living in the zero clutch era. We'll get to that later, but that's just to bring a point there. Continue, brother.
I just think as far as the bench production that they were speaking about, that's 30 points from Kuminga. The other people scored 6, 4, like 2 points. It's not. It looks good. It sounds good because you're saying 30.
Goddamn white boy.
Bench scored 34 points or whatever, 36 points. 30 was scored by Kuminga. So it should have been like 46, something like that. Would have got the game done. Shout out to Julius Randle with the triple dub, balling the fuck out in the playoffs. Absolutely balling. And Anthony Edwards, great timely buckets.
Yes.
As always, it's like when we least expect it. That's when you turn it on and then be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome in the clutch.
But I mean, we got to give props where props is due. Ant-Man delivered as he should in the clutch. I won't be here complaining that we don't have a closer. Ant finally stepped up to that role. I think Jimmy Butler can close. I think even Buddy Hield may even have a chance to close sometimes, okay, on a hot day. But Golden State didn't lose this game because they couldn't close. They lost this game because they lost their pace and tempo on defense. All of a sudden, they're giving up easy shots that they weren't giving up before.
I feel like that was more in the second half, right?
Yes.
You feel that like early on.
They made.
I think
Warriors.
Jaden McDaniels like hit a 3,
Yes.
and I was like, why the hell is he so open?
They
weren't giving shots.
They
like
literally made the game interesting because they made the Wolves fight for every fucking point that they got. And for some reason, as the game progressed in the second half, it just kept becoming the exact opposite. It became easier for them.
And had they kept that up, being up 9, being up what they were, they probably would have pushed that lead even higher.
Which cancels a little bit of my theory of, well, experienced teams will know to sit a game out basically when they know that the game is out of proportion. It's over. They're getting blown out. Doesn't matter. We already came to do what we needed to do is get one. Okay. Mm-hmm. However, it still holds true. It's just that the other team that you're playing is also experienced. Maybe not as experienced as the nucleus as the Golden State Warriors have and Jimmy Butler, obviously, but the T-Wolves got experience.
And more talent.
So...
And more talent.
It still holds true in some way, but what I think was that these guys lost their way defensively. And I don't blame Steve Kerr on this one, because I'm sure Steve Kerr put it in their game plan. I think this is on the players. They did not execute on defense. I think they took the foot off the not the gas, the brakes. They took the foot off the brakes defensively, because the gas is for offense, brakes are for defense. Let's put it like that, okay? For everyone to make sense, okay?
Finish him.
So yeah, the offense was going.
Because the offense was going. The thing is that they put the brakes. They took the brakes off the defense and stopped defending. As you see, these guys averaged 23 points in the first 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden, plus 10 in the fourth. Cannot happen at home. Cannot happen.
And I also noticed a change of pace by Timberwolves, so shout out to them.
Yeah.
I feel like in the second half they were trying to push the ball more because they weren't letting them set up their defense. So instead of setting up that defense and you're already going on fast break, more than likely you're going to get a 2. You're more athletic than they are, so I can see why you would do that, and shout out to them for doing that.
Yes.
Smart.
So the silver lining and the saving grace is that the Warriors have found a formula to keep the series or the scores close until at home, at least until Steph Curry comes back. They at least did it on the road. They did at least one time here at home. Okay, the under was way under, but the Wolves are not going to blow this team out in San Francisco. I don't think so.
Nah.
I don't think so. And because of that, they still have a chance, but they've got to execute defensively next game.
No, I don't think they have a chance.
Yeah.
I just feel like Minnesota can go tit for tat with this team, even with Steph Curry. It's already hard without, you know what I'm saying, having Steph Curry there, man. You understand?
Yeah.
And not having him, It's a big.
Because
it's a
if
big
you look at the
loss.
box score,
it's not their fault. It's really not
Golden
their
State
fault.
was
They
more
played-
efficient.
I thought they played great.
Golden
except
State
for
was more efficient. If you look at the box score, Golden State was more
Draymond
efficient.
Green, sorry, yeah.
Ant-Man was struggling. Julius Randle was, maybe not struggling, but inefficient. Julius Randle was inefficient. Rudy Gobert is back to normal Rudy Gobert. Draymond Green didn't get extra tech. It was a pretty clean game. It wasn't. There was no crazy call that people were like, "Oh, they're gonna point back to controversy" or nothing like that. None of that. This was a pretty clean game fought between two competitive teams. It's just that, you know what I'm saying, they made mistakes down the stretch defensively, and I think that's what cost them. They only lost by 5, and they let 33 in the fourth. It's just crazy to me.
Finish him.
Let's get to the next.
It was, but Anthony Edwards hit a couple shots.
No, I know, but he was inefficient overall, is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you look at that
I
box
think-
score, you would swear that
I
Golden
think
State
if
would
we
win.
really go through the whole NBA playoffs, there hasn't really been an efficient guy.
No. I'm not even saying that. What I'm saying is that if you look at the score without looking at the highlights, you would swear that Golden State won the game.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? But obviously, the box score doesn't show the whole thing. Like he said, the box score's not going to show that this guy may have started inefficiently, but he started shredding in the fourth. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't differentiate like that in the never box score. Yeah, so like you said. So I'm glad you did say that. So good point for that, Mike.
Be cool, nigga.
The next one is the other Western Conference series. This one's a little troubling from what we were speaking yesterday. The Nuggets defeat the Thunder 113 to 104 in overtime. A game that should have not went to overtime. Nuggets now lead the series 2-1. OKC fails to close game in the road and fall in OT. Now look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Jokic was 8 for 25 and 0 for 10 for 3, but SGA was 7 for 22, 1 for 6 for 3. Neither one of them took this game over. You know who took the game over? The supporting cast. Fucking one-armed Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Russell Westbrook, and here and there Chris Brown and Jamal Murray, but mostly the other guys.
I'm going to read these out real quick. 22, 21, 27, and 20. Who you think had 20?
Aaron Gordon.
No.
Christian Brown.
Nikola Jokic.
Oh, no, I know he had 20.
But Aaron Gordon had 22. Porter had 21, and Murray had 27.
When you look at this box score, once
That's
again,
why
this is
they
why the
won.
box score, if you don't watch, this is why the box score can lie to you. If you look at that, it says 8 for 25. You guess that Jokic just had 16 points.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But you forget free throws and all that kind of shit.
Free
But
I think this game was lost in the fourth quarter. Simple as that. So the first execution was don't let them get a 3. If they get 2, it's fine. You're still up 1 point. You know what I'm saying? So if you end up giving up a layup, then you give up a layup, but you still got the lead. What you can't do is let the hottest, most, to me, the clutchest player in the playoffs right now get the ball at the 3-point line where he's been, you know what I'm saying, flamethrowing.
he hit one on
Flamethrowing. He did it in the last series.
And he did it in game 1 in OKC when they lost the first game.
He did it in the last series. Remember the tip in
Yes.
to win the game? He does. That's what he does. He is timely buck. That's why I said he's so underrated to me. Like in my opinion, he's so underrated on that team. I don't know why, but he deserves more respect than what he gets. He plays his fucking ass off.
And just to clarify
it's almost like the playoffs. He turned it up more. Like
just to clarify what he spoke on, where they say he lost it in the fourth. Yeah, it went overtime, so Thunder had a chance in no time. But
Thunder had no.
while
chance
we were
in it.
watching OT, I said out loud, the Nuggets need to end this game in a run for them to win this game. To which he later said that could have been true to the Thunder. But that was my subconscious mind noticing that one team had momentum and home court advantage, the other team didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So you were right when you said they had already lost it in the fourth, because when they came out in the OT, they were flat. They only scored 2 points.
2-11.
So the thing about it is,
Ball game.
we just call it how we see it. We're not hating, but until the Thunder gets a clear-cut closer, they are in trouble right now, because the Nuggets have a few guys that could close.
SGA.
Fatality.
The problem with SGA is he can't take those type of shots late in the game. He needs to get to his spots. He didn't get to none of his spots. And shout out to the Nuggets, because the Nuggets, they came to
Probably
play
won't let him go to
They
his
came to
spots.
play defense.
They
exactly.
probably said, hey, listen.
They was like, no, not here. Nothing in this paint.
They went to the chalkboard. They went to the chalkboard and you know what I'm saying, wrote down, this is his spot, this is his spot, this is his spot. Don't let him get there. That's it. That's literally it.
Jokic didn't miss open shots, but there was times where they was like making sure that when he got in the paint, he was double teamed
No, but
at times.
he didn't have that many open 3-point shots from what I saw. From what I saw is that the time was clock was running down because of the defense of the Thunder, and him with somebody in front of him who had no chance of blocking shots still put a hand up, and he was trying to shoot over him, and they all bricked. 0 for 10. You know what I mean? And
It's a tough game. It's a tough game.
This game,
But the fact that you got it done,
where Jamal Murray is usually the closer, he failed to produce in this iteration of the second round. The thing is that time and time again we're seeing teams that are failing to close, and I know it's probably just, you know what I'm saying, a bad round when it comes to closing. It's just the second round because in the first round we didn't have that much. I mean, we still have Halliburton, Brunson, and Gordon and a few others still, you know what I'm saying, hitting up some crazy shots. Anunoby and what's his name over there for the Detroit Pistons pissed me off. Malik Beasley or whatever his name is, Beasley, pissing me off, man. He was making good clutch shots, but for the most part, the superstars. This is the most collection of superstars that are not clutch that I've seen, and it just keeps happening every single game of the second round. So this is why I keep saying zero clutch era, and it's going to continue. Because guess what the next topic is? It's Indy. Cavs and Pacers. Indy leads 2-1. Cavs strike back. Is Game 4 a must-win? And for who? Now, Spider Mitchell is averaging 40 points per game versus the Pacers. He didn't have to close. I think he can close. But he didn't close Game 2. He didn't close Game 1. They were way tighter games. Those weren't blowouts. You know what happened in this game?
And they lost both games.
You know what I think happened in this game? I think this is the first time this playoffs that the Pacers just didn't shoot good. What's up, King Jamie? Welcome back, baby.
Give me a hell yeah!
This is the first game of the playoffs where the Pacers shot inefficient and the Cavs just took advantage. I think that's all that happened. I don't think the Pacers need to lose any confidence. You're not going to shoot like that ever again. Not for a while. And if you do, then you guys are going to start slashing to the basket and feed your post because the Cavs are fucking serious, okay?
And I'm going to tell you right now, the scariest part about this team is their length. Like, the fact that they're able to rebound the way they rebound the ball. Bro, they have 56. Damn, appreciate you, King Jamie. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, sure was. Well, no, it was Thursday. It was Thursday. Was it Thursday? No.
Yeah, Thursday. This last Thursday.
Oh, yeah. So I appreciate that, bro. But yeah, going back to this, the Pacers got out rebounded 56-37. Miles Turner had four rebounds. 3 rebounds. 3 rebounds. I know he only had 25 minutes in the game and he was in foul trouble, but goddamn. And Halliburton, 4 points on 8 attempts. He's a star player. I'm sorry, bro. Like, that's alarming.
It is alarming.
That's alarming. 4 points? We just talked about how he's not overrated. You just had a great game in Cleveland. And you come home and put up this performance? That's alarming. And Max Strus having almost damn near a triple-double, that's alarming too, goddamn. Because if he do anything like that again, it's like, nigga, y'all got no chance. There's no way Indiana wins this series if Max Strus has damn near a triple-double. That cannot happen.
King Jamie, I want you to stay with us right quick because after this topic, we're going to move to football right quick before we go on to the next NBA topic, okay? There's something I want an opinion of yours right now.
We got something.
But let's just answer this right here. Is Game 4 a must-win? To me, yes, for both these teams, sadly.
Yeah, I think this is a must-win for both teams as well. But it's for different reasons.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's so that Cleveland could get home court advantage. Back. And then Indiana, because if they don't win this game,
they lose momentum.
They lose this whole series. They have no chance. They'll lose 4 in a row, I promise. I promise.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much, brother. So let's switch up to the QFL right quick because there's something that has been itching me right now, right? So a few days ago,
I think I know what you're talking about too.
a few days ago, head coach of the San Diego Superchargers. Yes, I still call him San Diego. I don't give a fuck.
Be cool, nigger.
Jim Harbaugh says that he woke up one day and thought to himself,
Said he had a dream.
he had a dream. He's gonna get Justin Herbert into the Hall of Fame.
I smell pussy. Is that you, Jive?
I'm gonna let you finish, bro.
Justin Herbert is, I don't even know why Hall of Fame came into his imagination. I think he should have been, I need to get Justin Herbert to the Super Bowl. Let's start with baby steps first. My goal is to get this man to the Super Bowl because he's already been to the playoffs before I got here. What he wants is to advance in the playoffs and get to the ultimate goal. So that should have been the dream number one, okay?
Finish him.
Number two, who the fuck is Justin Herbert to be talking Hall of Fame at any moment right now or any reason?
Goddamn white boy.
Should I remind you what I hope I shouldn't have to. I really don't think I should. I really think I should. But let's remind you of everybody. This last week I posted the fantasy rankings, but I didn't say fantasy. All I did was say QB rankings 1 and QB rankings 2. All right. So this is QB rankings 1, which was the fantasy rankings. They have Jaden Daniels number 1, Lamar number 2, Baker number 3, Josh at 4, Bo Nix at 5. Joe Burrow at 6, Hurts, McCarthy, blah, 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 blah. You don't see Justin Herbert on this list for a reason. Okay? That's just one right there.
Fatality.
Now let's get to the consensus QB rankings into the upcoming season. Here you do have Justin Herbert close. You have Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and Jaden Daniels. You have the top 6, the most accurate top 6 you could ask for. I'm not saying it's accurate in the exact order,
No, that's
but the 6 names are the accurate as hell.
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
that's what I'm trying to say.
absolutely.
Justin Herbert belongs nowhere near them.
Nope. Near none of them.
Okay.
None of them.
I called Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, C.J. Stroud definitely above Justin Herbert. Yes, but the thing is that he hasn't proven anything in the game. I would like to see him succeed. Don't get me wrong, but the thing is that I don't see him succeeding. What I see him doing is giving up either a 27-point lead or having more interceptions in a playoff game than you had the entire season. One or the other.
Finish him.
What I've seen is that when
Jamie, he's not that
in the
good,
regular
bro.
season, which the game should, you know what I'm saying, should
He's not a
matter
Super Bowl
still.
quarterback.
In the regular season, this man is 1-11 against above 500 teams in close game situations. This man has no clutch.
He does.
And don't tell me he didn't have catches back then when he had Keenan Allen and company. This man had a bevy of good weapons enough to score points, but for some reason or another, he can't close. No, I think Josh Allen.
Josh will get there.
I think Josh will get there. He's too good not to. He's too good not
Josh
to.
is fire.
To me, he's way too
Hell
good
no.
not to.
Josh is one of the top 3.
To me, it's inexcusable that Lamar or Josh Allen never get to a Super Bowl, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, that's what I'm saying. No.
Right now, it's still excusable for Jaden Daniels. It is still excusable for C.J. Stroud, for Baker Mayfield. It is not excusable for Jared Goff. It is not excusable for Dak Prescott. It is not excusable for who else is on the list? No, that's it. Except for Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow's already been there, so we expect him to be back anyway. And
I can see Baker get there, but I think that team would have to get better.
Brock Purdy still has room for improvement. But Justin Herbert shouldn't have no more room for improvement like that. He's always going to improve. Every quarterback does, but he should already got to a level in this part of his career where he's got it like this. He's figured out things where he could be a little bit more impressive. Now, I'm not blaming him for everything because it's not fair. This is an ultimate team game.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I can't just deny the fact that I don't see this man coming up when the team needs him the most. time and time and time again.
Yeah, we watched.
He still doesn't do his part where he needs to. It's not like he's doing his part and the team is letting him down. He's not doing his part and his team is not doing his part.
And then honestly, what you guys are seeing is flash.
And
'Cause
like they
it's
say,
not, it's not like it's not consistent. So you'll see it in spurts, and then you won't see it. But you don't see it when it most matters,
no.
and that's the problem.
So I'm not against Herbert being in this list over here. Let me show you again. Hold on.
Harbaugh had a nightmare, not a.
I don't
dream.
I don't care if they put Justin Herbert 7th over here. Okay, that's cool.
A dream is Martin Luther King.
That's
speech.
cool. I don't care. That's how they feel Justin Herbert is. Talent wise, he is talent wise supposed to be there, but production wise, he's not there. Is what I'm trying to say. And because the production's not there, there's no way you can speak to me Hall of Fame. Jim Harbaugh, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should have said Super Bowl, not Hall of Fame. Your job is to get this man to the Super Bowl. That's why they hired you, bro. That's why they hired you. That's what you should have said. And I just want to see what everybody else had to say about that.
A dream is Martin Luther King speech, not trying to get her.
Or at least he could have said.
Not trying to get.
Or at
Herbert
least he
to
could have
the
said,
goddamn-
I woke up from a dream where I just thought to myself I had to get Justin Herbert to the Hall of Fame.
Dream to me is crazy.
Let's get to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But at least add the Super Bowl somewhere in there. It just doesn't seem like you got the right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Why you dreaming
Priorities.
Why you dreaming about a man anyway?
He's a coach. He's driven about his quarterback. It's just that's okay. That's okay. I'm not gonna go on that. Pause on that. What the hell?
Be cool, nigga.
What the fuck?
But Justin Herbert has a lot of catching up to do with his peers. He has a lot of catching up to do with his own expectations and projections, and he has a lot of catching up to do in his own division. So I would love to see him rebound and become a good player, but right now, I said it yesterday, I call him Down Syndrome Jones, is who I call Daniel Jones, Down Syndrome Jones. Right now, Justin Herbert is Down Syndrome Jones if he was Super Saiyan.
Fatality.
And I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to hate on the man. But there's another QFL thing I wanted to ask you guys. For those who don't know, I call the NFL the QFL because I don't think it's football anymore. I think it's just the quarterback's fucking league. All right. So this is a prompt that I saw the other day. It said, pick one defensive player to start your team. In this list, you have Lawrence Taylor, who's the greatest outside linebacker that ever lived. Then you have Deion Sanders, who happens to be the greatest cornerback that ever lived. Then you have Ray Lewis, Downey Daniel, the greatest middle linebacker that ever lived, arguably, and Reggie White, arguably the greatest D lineman that ever
I'm
lived.
probably going with Reggie.
Now, in the comments, I kept seeing LT, then some Prime and Deion. Very few people said Ray Lewis. Only one person said Reggie White. And that's when I realized that we live in a casual era right now. Some of these guys just don't even know who Reggie White is. No, you can't have them all, man. That won't be fair. What are you thinking?
What the hell?
Finish him.
They're going to ask you to do that.
Nigga,
Fatality.
Thanos with the Infinity Stones.
This man wants to rip somebody a new one.
Yes, look at that bitch.
He wants to.
3 Honda Civics with spoon engines.
So I mean, it's built in the trenches, so why not start my D-line with the best D-line of all time?
I would start in the trenches. I would start with Reggie White.
What are we talking about here?
And then number 2, I would probably say LT. And then Ray Lewis and Deion Sanders.
Deion would be.
I would work for my way in and outwards. That's how I would do it.
How it works.
Believe me, I wish I could do it. Man, what?
How you build a house, man? A house has to have structure first on the bottom of it. If it don't have the structure on the bottom, it won't stay up.
I would literally employ Ryan Tannehill or somebody. I would literally have the trashiest quarterback. I won't have any receivers. I won't have a running back. All I know is that I will have the greatest defense of all time, and that's where most of my money will go to.
Absolutely.
But I would definitely start with Reggie White. Now, if it was offensive team, I was looking for one, but they didn't have it. I'm gonna probably come up with one for myself.
Oh, that's a good idea. We should do that.
Yeah.
the top 4.
for the QFL. So let's get to my.
I would draft Dion last. Yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah, I would draft Dion last,
Dion.
and that's saying something. That's just saying how good the other guys in front of him are.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But let's get to the last Eastern Conference game, which is the Celtics, who defeated my New York Knicks 115-93. New York leads 2-1. Celtics 3-pointers are finally here. Knicks 3-pointers still missing. Tatum went 22, which is modest, 9 and 7, but he still produced. He went 5 of 9 from 3-pointers, so he woke up. New York as a team was 5 of 25 3-pointer. Wow, 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 wow.
Talk that
One thing I
sass,
noticed-
nigga. Talk that.
Watching this game is that you guys struggle at home. I seen it in the first round with Detroit, where you guys let them win 2 games, and now with this. But at the same time,
That means they were
this
very
was
good at
this
the
was
road.
a must win for the Celtics. And they had to bring their A, and they did. Showed championship effort all throughout the night. So shout out to them, and they were great offensively, like great. I can't 50% from 3, guys. They shot 40 of them. Can you do the math? 20 of 40. Al Horford. Man, Al Horford's just like, shit, at this point, he might be better than LeBron or still in the playoffs.
Talk to yourself.
Talk that
I'm just
sass,
saying,
nigga. Talk
15
that.
and 9. I mean, like,
To add to what he said,
insane, bro. Insane.
to add to what he said,
Shout out to
the
shout out
last
to Bro.
time the Knicks clinched any series at home was 25 years ago. Every time we've advanced in the Tom Thibodeau era, has always been on the road.
More than likely, that's probably where y'all win if you guys beat us. Is in Boston. Unfortunately, the Celtics suck in Boston.
Yes.
But,
But
yeah.
the fact that that Tatum, who has been struggling from 3, hit as many as my entire team, tells me that we were not going to win this game. We had no chance to win this game, so let's just call it what it is and try again Monday.
34 bench points. That was my take right there. 34 bench points for the Celtics.
Yeah.
Pritchard had 23 of them. So
hopefully
the 6th man of the year.
Hopefully the Knicks
So why is the 6th man of the year?
shooting wakes up.
Yeah, and then Obi had 2 points. That was weird.
Yes.
That's
So
not- that's
hopefully
not-
hopefully the shooting wakes up and we can get back on track and claim a 3-1 lead, which is what I want. We'll see. I still am confident. Jalen Brunson didn't play all that good either. But we will talk about players under pressure right now. Okay. Players under pressure. Who do you have for the round 2 of the to finish off the round 2 and advance to the conference finals?
Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, you guys did a great job in this game. But I need a little shooting very bad. Need some efficiency. That's what I wrote down. Need to be a little more efficient, in my opinion. Halliburton, you can't have 2 points. Second team NBA last year. Can't happen. Can't happen. If they put you in all NBA, that means you're somebody. You know what I'm saying? 2 points. Bro, that's not even the bench can just luck into 2 points, bro. It's 2 points. I mean, it can't happen. 4 points, my bad. Ant and Julius. Better not lose to the Stephless Golden State Warriors team, because to me that's not a good look at all. That wouldn't be a good look at all. Jimmy, I need you to pull that shit, nigga. Shoot as many as you can, because that's probably the only chance you guys got. Cat and Brunson, don't lose game 4. And have to go to Boston and give Boston the confidence to win this series. Shea and Holmgren need to win game 4. They must win. They don't win that game, they have no chance in the series. Series will be over in OKC, in my opinion. I got it 4-1 if that happens.
Those are the only players under pressure?
Those are my players.
Gotcha. Good list, though.
Give me a hell yeah!
We always noted out in our intro, we are rated M for millennials. We do shit millennial way. For those who have watched Dragon Ball Z will know this. There are two special rooms when the tournament's about to begin, or the Cell Games, or whatever the case may be. One is the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. It's a special room where you can spend a whole year's worth of training in one day. The other one is the Gravity Room, which is where we like to operate. You can multiply Earth's gravity to get some intensive training and get ready for the Cell Games. Or in this case, the Mortal Kombat tournament.
Finish him.
In the low gravity room, the 50 times gravity room, you're going to find Halliburton, Mikal Bridges, and Jamal Murray. Wait a minute, man. This shit did it again. Wait a minute, guys. That was last week's. The middle one is good, but the other two didn't. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. It didn't save it, so I just have to redo it again, but it's just a few clicks and that's it. Yeah, that one was... For some reason, the other ones didn't save. There we go. All right. Redo.
What the fuck?
So, in the 50-time gravity room, you're going to find Halliburton, you're going to find Karl Anthony Towns, and Jimmy Butler. And every time I put them in the gravity room, I give them special instructions to be able to advance and produce. For Karl Anthony Towns, I need you to dominate the paint. Al Horford and Porzingis and whoever else they have down there cannot guard you. So I need you to punish them for that, okay? Because when they're punishing us with their threes, you got to punish them down low. They have no answer for you. So demand the ball, grow up, don't be a kitty cat. I need you to be a fucking tiger right now. Please and thank you.
Be cool, nigga.
Then I need Halliburton to dominate the perimeter. Bro, I know you like to slash a lot, but you're also a good shooter, okay? 1 for 4 in a game like that is inexcusable. I need you to jack up like 9 shots, okay? And then for Jimmy Butler, dominate the pace. You cannot allow these motherfuckers to dictate pace in your own house. You're the defensive wizard. Get it together, Jimmy. Let's get a little bit more pressure, shall we?
Give me a hell yeah.
100 times gravity room, you're going to find Jalen Brunson, Ant-Man, and Jamal Murray. And I also gave him simple instructions. For Jalen Brunson, I need you to go Super Saiyan 2. It's time. The guy that was scoring 40 points at will, this is the guy we need. All right? I seen you do it before. I see you doing it on them, so I need you to do it again. Ant-Man, I need you to turn Super Saiyan. Enough of the efficient Ant-Man. You're not going to get to the Western Conference Finals if you don't turn Super Saiyan because your team is not good enough to do that offensively against a defensive team like the Warriors. And then Jamal Murray, I need you to stare at a full moon. I don't know you're Super Saiyan, but you have Saiyan blood in you. So just stare at a full moon, go into that giant ape.
Be cool, nigga.
And wreck shit. And then the 400 times gravity room. This is only where Super Saiyans and you're going to find SGA, who's clearly the MVP this year. You're going to find Spider Mitchell and Jokic, who everybody says is the greatest player right now. I also gave him simple instructions, and they'll have the exact same instructions. Learn to close games. I'm going to start with SGA. You need to close out games because none of your teammates are going to be able to do it. Holmgren can't do it. Hartenstein ain't going to do it. Williams ain't going to do it. And nobody else from the bench, and definitely not Caruso is going to do it, okay? You got to do it. Spider Mitchell, if your team does not outshoot the other team, you're the only guy that can create shots. So you better learn to close and close fast, okay? Because you didn't close in game 2 or 1. And then Joker, I need you to learn how to close because if Jamal Murray disappears, it's on you, brother. It's on you. You can't count on Aaron Gordon because then everybody say, oh, now Aaron Gordon just want to decide to miss. It's not his job to do that. He's just doing his job as best as he can, making timely things that you should be doing. So get it together, motherfucker.
Fatality.
Best player in the league. All right, bro. I had a top 5 coach list. Did you remember that? Herbert could have 2 points.
Damn, no, I didn't remember that.
Sorry, bro.
That was for,
Sorry. Thank you for telling me that.
That was for basketball, right? Was that for basketball? Gogo?
Yes.
That was for basketball?
Yeah. If you want to, we can.
Go ahead. Tell me your list. You good?
All right. So which list first? You want to hear the list of the top 5 coaches in the NBA playoffs right now, or the
ones right now? Yeah, let's do right now.
All right. So the top 5 coaches in the playoffs right now, to me, number 1 is Steve Kerr.
Okay.
Number 2 is your coach, Mazzola. Number 3 is Rick Carlisle, the Indiana Pacers. Number 4 is Tom Thibodeau. And number 5, I would say, is the coach of OKC
Oh, okay. See.
for right now. Because the coach of OKC and the Cavs are, to me, are in the same league almost. They're doing very, very good, but they're also improving. This is their first go around like this. Thibodeau, we all know he won as a defensive coordinator for defensive coach for the Celtics, but he's been proven to be a wizard at playoff games. Even when Derrick Rose is injured, these guys still advance rounds in the Chicago. He did the same thing in Minnesota, and he's doing the same thing in New York.
That is true.
And then Rick Carlisle and your coach have a ring, and Steve Kerr is Steve Kerr. And I think, to me, that was a pretty clear list. I don't think the Minnesota coach is better than any of those guys. I don't think I think that's it, right? Because the Nuggets coach got fired. He's not there no more.
I would have said
I would have said him.
I would have said Finch. I like Finch. I think he's a really good coach for Minnesota. Just a young team.
But Minnesota, OKC, and Cavs coach to me are in the
They're
same.
all in the same.
To me, because they're very unproven. This is their first go around.
I
They're
got
doing very good.
got
They're doing very good, but they're just not to the other guys that have a lot of experience in improving shit. And one coach of the
I
year.
like the fact that he's really consistent as far as like Minnesota. I like how consistent they've been.
Tibbs won coach of the year 2 times. One in Chicago, one for New York. None of these guys were coach of the year yet. I'm sure one of them will win right now. But what about the top 5 head coaches of all time in the NBA? Do you have one? Because this is what I got. I got
It would be Phil.
Phil Jackson, Red Auerbach,
Yeah. Of course. But that's
Pat Riley, Popovich. And then after that, I have a hard time, but I'm having a hard time with this one.
I'm gonna say it was Bill Russell. I don't care what anybody says. You can kiss my ass.
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell won a championship as the coach and the player. That to me makes you the best coach, one of the best coaches of all time. Come on, man, how the hell you win a championship and you're the coach? Nah,
Stop that, Sass, nigga!
that's insane. I don't know what.
Be cool, nigga.
I like the list though. The list is perfect.
Yeah,
Greg Popovich is in there, of course. Phil, you got
Pat Riley
Pat
and
Riley.
Red Auerbach.
and Ray Auerbach.
I think those are easy, no-brainers.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Do you have a random top 5 for me?
No, sir.
No, it's all good.
No, sir.
Then we're gonna.
I need to get a new one though.
Then we're
I'll give you one. I'll give you one on Monday.
we'll sign out then.
I'll give you one on
Appreciate you, Jamie. King Jamie, appreciate you tuning in to us.
Finish him.
The Pressure Podcast reviewer has say, oh, Jamie, just so you know, I don't know if you're aware, if you have a webcam, which I think you do, we could always send you a web link so you could hop on the mic and talk your shit, baby.
Give me a hell yeah.
I reduced them. How do those sound? Do those sound better?
He's over here listening to me like this.
Yeah. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, King James.
We'll see y'all Monday. Like I
Appreciate
said,
you
feel free to
tuning
leave
in.
a like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear your takes, but appreciate